This lure right here is no secret, and it's been around for a very long time. I think it's one of the most unique lures today to catch bass with. And you get told that it's a summer fishing lure. No, guys, this is a year-round lure. And if you've watched my channel, you've seen me catch fish on the Flutter Spoon in December at Lake Ouachita. Got him. What was that? Get the boat. Yeah. How cool is that? You've also seen me catch fish in 50 foot of water at Lake Ouachita on the Flutter Spoon. What is this? Get in here. Look at that, guys, get in here. Look at that big old black. Look at that big old black. Guys, for me, this is a year-round lure. I've been throwing this thing for 2 years, year-round. It's been on my deck. I think I know more about the Flutter Spoon than a lot of YouTubers out there that have talked about it, that say it's a year-round lure or this or that. Guys, we're gonna go in depth on the Flutter Spoon and how much knowledge I've gained from fishing it the past 2 years and why I've really studied this unique, overlooked lure today in bass fishing. If you watch tournament fishing, the pros are starting to finally pick up on it. I'm surprised they've not really fully picked up on it yet, but we're gonna go in depth why that's the reason. There's a lot of reasons why guys are afraid to throw this. And guys, there are some tournaments to where this can come through, and then there's other days it cannot. But guys, let's go into the Flutter Spoon. My name is Coach E. Thanks for watching the Fishing Coach YouTube channel. I'm excited to have you guys along to share with you guys one of my favorite lures to throw. Got him! Giant! Giant! Look at this dude! Boom! Boom, 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 boom! Get the boat! Yes! Look at that fish! Woo! Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be a yeah.
That's a good one. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Oh my. And that is the Flutter Spoon. We're going to talk about the Flutter Spoon and what it actually does. We're going to go more in depth on different spoons. One thing about the Flutter Spoon though, guys, is understanding what it does in the water. So I've done a lot of underwater testing with it. I've gone underwater and watched it. I've done the pool testing. But one thing people did not think about with the Flutter Spoon, when you see this big metal, okay, and I thought I had, guys, some other ones in my boat. I had the Ben Parkers we're going to go into depth on, the Strike King Sexy Spoon and all that, but I only got the Dixie Spoon right now that I'll talk about in a little bit, and I got the Big Larry right here, Chris Aldanes with Bass Mafia, okay? So, one thing about these spoons, those guys, is understanding what it does. A lot of guys just think it goes up and down like a jigging spoon, but really what these things do is they flutter and they spin. And if you have a swivel on it, which a lot of them come with today, you see it does this. Now picture that it does that in the water. Now one thing though is they all do different actions, okay? So just like crankbaits, worms, jerkbaits, each Flutter Spoon is designed to have a different action. One thing about the Dixie Jet ones that you see me throwing a lot, this is the Talon right here. It's wider, okay, then like you see right here, the Ben Parkers can be very long, they're skinny, but they don't have much of a cup in them. This has a very unique cup. The Big Larry, guys, will of course does its flutter, and it will go backwards and will go back and back. This one goes backwards too, but the reason why I like this one is it has a more of a side-to-side action. It goes more side-to-side under the water as it goes backwards, to where this dude goes backwards straight. This one more goes side to side, creates a little extra vibration, gets more of a reaction strike, I think. That's one reason why I like the Dixie Jet Talon, okay? The Talon comes in different colors. Like I say, spoons come in the different colors and stuff, guys. I have one on right here. I try to keep it simple with the nickel and the shattered glass. Now, the other one, though, is the Falcon. Okay, now this Falcon is more like your traditional Flutter Spoons, okay? I like the shad colored ones you see me for the clear water. This one for stained water right here, sexy shattered glass. You see, this one looks more like the traditional Flutter Spoons that are long and skinny right here, but still it has the extra hooks. And this one has a different cup than this one. Like I said, this one right here, I keep the Big Larry in the boat with my Talons and Falcons due to Chris Aldanes was behind this, and I know he's pretty good with the spoon, okay? But still, you know, my fish have not liked this one as much because I think it moves a little too fast for them. These that move slower as they go back get more bites. Now I know another spoon that I've only been in the boat with one. I haven't bought one, but I've been in the boat with it, and I've watched it and talked to enough people to throw it. Is James Watson spoon. I think that's a wonderful spoon. Okay, I've heard enough reports, so I'm like I said, I'm just talking about my spoons. Now, guys, let's talk about areas with the spoon. Okay. Yeah, you just got thumped. Yep, got it. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Get your bait up there. Oh, you got him?
Let me go under you.
Oh, geez. No.
go. Let's go.
Areas with the spoon. And if you watch my channel enough from the last year, I throw it anywhere. I am not afraid. I'll throw that thing in 4 foot of water, guys, that I've done on this channel before. I've caught fish with this one in 4 foot of water. But guys, I throw it anywhere, okay? You traditionally hear ledges. It's a ledge fishing bait, Tennessee river bait. And it was, and it still is. Okay, it still is. But guys, I don't live in the Tennessee. I live in Arkansas. I don't have Tennessee River. So I gotta find places that I can fish it at. Ledges and flats are great, but what I do, I'll swim over brush piles. Guys, I throw it in timber. I don't care. With forward-facing sonar, it changes the game. You can now fish this where you could not fish spoons before. But what people do get intimidated, of course, and you might, and that's okay, is it's a $20 lure, and you don't want to throw this big piece of metal in timber over a brush pile. And if you don't have forward-facing sonar, I get it. Okay, I get it. I threw this before forward-facing sonar, caught fish with it, but I really did not have confidence with it like I do now, because now I get to see them fish go after. I get to see how it draws fish. But there are days, guys, like for me the past couple weeks, they've not wanted it. So I fished it enough to where I can see how they react. And then I'm like, oh, I'm putting it down. And I know I'm fishing with people, I'm doing the lessons, and they're like, why are you putting it down? And I'm like, hey, they're not eating it today. I can just tell you right now, these fish here are not eating it, okay? So I fish this anywhere. Okay, guys, I'm not afraid. I'll fish it anywhere. It's not just a suspended fish lure. It's for fish on the bottom. It's for fishing cover. And guys, there's a couple different retrieves. There's your jack and retrieve. There's the old, guys, you're starting to see the pros doing their lifting the rod up, letting it flutter back down. You just need to play with it on the retrieves, okay? But one thing I do like about the Talon, I will say, is the hooks, the extra hooks that are on it. There have been times where these fish, it's a big heavy lure, they're gonna jump and try to throw it out, and they get leverage and throw it out. But with these extra hooks, sometimes it gets them on the side, it gets them on another part of the mouth, and it helps you get them in, okay guys? So that's one thing about it, and I think the hooks create another sound in the water. It's just another little sound. If you've ever I don't got it on my boat, that little, I just went blank. What's that little bait sound machine that was so fiery back in the day? I just went blank on that. That's funny. But how they had the baits kind of sound on you. You had a shad pattern, this. Well, hey, when you look, this, we're not even moving it. It has just a little extra noise. I think that extra noise is key in catching the fish. Now, guys, when we talk about gear is huge for these things. Okay, it's very, very huge. I'm throwing it on a couple of variety of rods right now. I've always thrown it on a 7.9 or 7.10 rod. Right now, I'm throwing it on 2, okay? I'm throwing it on, these are level, guys, rods, level performance rods, the NGX series. I love these rods. They're light, very sensitive. This is a 7.8 heavy, fast action rod, okay? I'm always throwing them on 20-pound fluorocarbon. I like the Sunline. I like Seaguar, Bass Pro, Sunline. I like Sunline because it's a little smaller in diameter, but they're all good. All the fluorocarbon's good, okay? So this is a 7.8. Heavy, fast. This one here is a 7.10 medium heavy, moderate action, okay? The thing I like about moderate fast, the thing I like about the longer rods is I can get a better cast, I can get better leverage on my hook set, and with the wind, as this thing's hard to throw in the wind, you can then maneuver it easier. So I like the longer rod, okay? Gear ratio reels, throwing anything from a 6.4, 6.3 to 7.2. This one here's a 6.3 to 1. This thing here, guys, is probably old as some people watching this video. It's an older reel, and this does really good with reeling them big ones in. One extra thing about the hooks, guys, is sometimes you might double up. I've only doubled on small fish. I've not doubled up on giants yet. It'd be cool one day if I double up on some giants, okay? If you're more interested on the rods, guys, I have a link down in the description. Click it, check it out. I get a little bit % of commission from your order, guys. Like I said, they're pretty sweet rods, okay, guys? But hopefully this helps you understand more about the Flutter Spoon. I've had a lot of videos on it. I'll put some here on my end screen. If you want more questions about it, send me a message down below in a comment or to my Jimmy Easterling Fishing Facebook page. I do my on-the-water lessons, and when I do my on-the-water lessons, I go over the Flutter Spoon, okay? And we go more in depth on it as we're in the boat. It takes practice, guys. It's not like you're gonna go out there and hit that baseball, that curveball first time. It takes practice and practice. I have a lot of time with these, a lot of practice. So guys, if once again have any questions, it's one of my favorite things to go out and catch bass with, and I'm trying other new things out as well to try to figure out what's next, okay? What's the next cool little thing? Because guys, the pros are soon gonna figure this out, okay? You're gonna be seeing this thing on Bassmaster more, MLF more, and that's one thing I kind of forgot to go into. If you're fishing a 5-fish tournament, 9 minutes in, I'm talking about this. If you're fishing a 5-fish tournament, guys, this is going to be your potential big bass thing. I'm just going to tell you, it's hard to go get 5 bigs with it in a day, depending on your lake. But if you go out and catch your 10 pounds, like you're out here on Hamilton, you catch your 10, 12 pounds, and you want to catch a big, then you get it out, okay? Or if you're on Lake DeGray, another lake close to me, but depending on your lakes, like I said, I'm not here to tell you you're going to go out and catch 30 fish with this. There are days you might. Days I've caught some fish with it. But I'm telling you, this is more for a big fish thing. So like those guys on the MLF, that's why you don't see them throw it as much, because they're trying to catch 2-pounders. Jacob Wall, I know 2 years ago on Gunnersville, showed out with it, but he couldn't make it last 7 days or whatever MLF's tournament is. It's like, that tournament's so long, I don't even get me on that. But for Bassmaster, you're starting to see it come out because they're 5-fish limits, okay? My man, Classic Champ, Hamlin, he's figured it out. You know, he's figured it out. But guys, if you're someone like Jimmy, they know about it, blah, blah, blah. Guys, we would be seeing it because everything's recorded. Everything has a camera. And now we're finally starting to see it in action on tournaments. I saw it this year on Toledo on some boats, and I'm watching closely, okay? Because I want to see how these guys fish it to learn something from as well. But for me, been throwing this thing for 2 years. I'm going to continue to throw it. Guys, what's up? I forgot to talk about something out there on the water. You kind of just forget about things, but there's some key thing I want to talk about with these things. It's forage. And like, what is this actually mimicking, okay? And then we're going to go, guys, into the Faith Juice segment. Of course, I get on the water, forget to do the Faith Juice segment, which is good because I kind of get to think about it. So I'm about to do the Faith Juice segment right after this. But the forage, guys, like when you want to throw these big spoons, you always hear gizzard shads or, bigger bait fish. I even heard of, on over there on the East Coast, some of those lakes, have trout. And there's other lakes, I guess, on the West Coast that have trout. So this could maybe mimic a bigger size trout. Even those longer Ben Parkers, someone told me that, hey, I think it mimics a dead trout. It's like, sweet. So you hear the forage of bait fish, shad, like that bigger gizzard shads where I'm at. 2 other types of forage, though, I think it can mimic is crappie and then yellow bass. There are guys I've argued with that don't think that a bass eats crappie. But guys, I've talked to biologists, they've seen it. And a bass's mouth is as big as it gets. It can eat anything that goes in it, guys. So that's actually how biologists explained it to me. So where I'm at in Arkansas, and I know Texas, Louisiana, I guess even guys for y'all in Mississippi, I don't care where, but like Louisiana, y'all got those sacalets. Y'all call the crappie sacalets. Yeah, so those bass, they can eat crappie, okay? Definitely around them brush piles, all right? So I think it mimics that. And then the yellow bass, of course, as well. Yellow bass is, in the striped bass family, and they don't get real big, but those things are ribeyes to some bass, okay, guys? So if you're still watching this, there's you too. I know, but if you get around a lot of yellow bass, some big bass nearby, okay, guys? So let's now get into the Faith Juice segment of the episodes. The newer segment, been on here about a month. Appreciate the inputs, appreciate the comments on it, guys. But one thing I want to talk about is just something here. Gonna get a little personal. We're gonna talk about fear, and are you fearing something right now? Are you scared of something or nervous about something? For me, guys, it's about to be my new future I'm getting into. And what's tough right now is I was all kind of gun-ho on it, all about to kick it off. I'm going to be working for Fellowship of Christian Athletes and doing the outdoor segment here, central to southwest Arkansas, and southwest Arkansas. It's kind of a weird kind of little area right there. Not weird, just a little different region. I was kind of being explained there. But guys, I was all in on it, and I'm still am. But then I have to fundraise my salary. And so with that is I get people, it could be like you, it could be businesses that give a monthly donation for my salary. And I was all in it. I started reaching out to people, but then with FCA, they just had a lot going on. I was much manpower. It's growing, and they didn't get through my background checks real quick. So I kind of went on like a little 2-month kind of like just pause, and all my guide stuff blew up. Man, my fishing business is just going crazy. Which is good, like my guiding stuff is my on-the-water lessons and guiding, and so I've kind of booked out, and now I got my link, I got my website to where I can fundraise after I meet with people, visit with people, and right now my time's kind of limited, so I kind of have this fear of like, just thinking about the fundraising part, just thinking about all that, guys. So it's been coming there in my mind. I got these trips coming up. I got a bunch of trips coming up, and so I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do all this. But it's going to be all under control. So, guys, I'm going to share with you a verse I read this morning, Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and He answered me and delivered me from all my fears. So, if you have a fear right now, if you have a worry, just let it go. Like I said, I've talked about worry and being on here before and being too anxious, but just let it go. and do not let it wear you down, okay? So guys, there's that verse of the video, the fish and juice segment. Guys, appreciate you. Thank you for watching this video, as this one meant a lot to me, okay? And hey, hope I get some more spoon clips for you. If you're still watching at this moment, I have a dilemma right now. My dilemma is all of my footage from 2024 is gone right now. It's corrupted on a hard drive, and yeah, so the clips you saw were from videos, or a couple I had on my computer, but I got a lot of spoon clips and all my clips from 2024 fishing clips is right now on a corrupted hard drive, like I just said. So I'm not going to explain it anymore. I'm in the process of trying to get that data recovered. Anyway, but guys, I'm gonna go out there and try to catch some more fish on this in the upcoming weeks. Hopefully, see it on the Fishing Coach YouTube channel. We will see you on the next one.